Hi, my name is Cyril and I live in the UK. I'm a small gardener in the UK, I would say. Gardening is my passion because outside of my job, I do gardening in my own spare time. And this is the 4th of February in the UK and it's still cold. The weather is not bad actually, but at the moment, some seeds cannot go outside. So it is always worth to actually nurse them in the house, or I say in the greenhouse. You can nurse them in the greenhouse, sow your seeds, nurse them in the greenhouse, or even in your kitchen. I nurse mine in my kitchen because my greenhouse is not heated. So the seeds that we'll be doing today are actually the peppers. This is where I keep all my pepper seeds. Normally I do them mid-February, but I'll do them today. And I've also got some onions, and also I've labeled them. I've also got some onions and also a few more seeds that I can actually be doing today. So bear with me, and then we can do the peppers. So I've got this small propagator that I normally put the peppers in here because I've got several varieties. So what I'll do, I'll actually just put them sprinkle them, and then put them, and actually be able to split, kind of put a split into every single, because I think I've got maybe 10 varieties, and this is my only propagator that I've got. I've used them before and it worked for me, so I'll do the same thing again today. So let's see. I think we should start, guys. Yes. Okay, so I've got my compost in here that I've already saved. You can see that it's already saved, and yeah, and then I'll just put that in. I'll put that into this. The good thing with this propagator is that it's got a hole at the bottom. This one will actually also hold the whole water. Yeah. So let me just fill out these containers first. Okay, this is a last one. Okay, so what I'll do is just, okay, I'll just reduce this a little bit because I think I overfilled them. Overfilled. I kind of put them, I don't know whether I should say 3/4 full, but this is actually more than 3/4 full, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine, and I'll be able to put the water at the bottom there, so that at least I don't have to be opening the I don't have to be opening the cover, because this is a cover, and you can see it can close and then open. Yeah, so I don't have to open the cover whenever to actually, before I water them. So I just water from the bottom. Yeah, usually with pepper, really hard, I usually sow them really hard to, it takes a while to germinate. Not that it's hard, but it takes a while to germinate. So I think it's all about being patient. Yeah, being patient with the peppers. And I've got different varieties here. I'll be putting the pepper cayenne. I love this. Yeah, and these are the pepper cayenne. These are my seeds that I harvested last year. So I've got the red sweet pepper, I've got the pepper cayenne again that I harvested from my yeah, that I harvested last year. The red sweet again, the yellow. This is actually pepper seed that I bought from the shop, and I sowed them last year, and they gave me good sized peppers. So I kind of, this is what I call recuperation. Yep. Oh, this is hot Scott bonnet from Cameroon that I harvested. I brought the seeds, planted, and then was able to kind of harvest these seeds. So I'll use these seeds again for this year. So I've got the California Wonder. Oh, I love this pepper. I've got this is easy to grow. Okay. I've got the Corno di Toro Rosso. It's Italian. Again, love these seeds. Love this pepper. I've got the Sweet Color Spectrum. This gives you different colors. This is the yellow Scott bonnet from Cameroon. Again, it is really hot. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so these are the different peppers that I'll be putting in. I'll sow today, and also I'll also sow the aubergine today, so that at least by the time that I put them out, aubergine you can put them out usually around let's say end of April. Plant them out end of April, May. But because usually that takes time to germinate, and by the time that they are good size, it will take a while before they reach that good size that I will need to put before I put them outside. So definitely I'll also sow this one today. Yeah, I'll also sow this one today. So you can see I've got different varieties of peppers that I'll be putting in the ground. Yes, so let's start with, and one important thing also is that when you do this, you always need to label your, I've got some label, always need to label your the seed that you're putting in the ground, otherwise you have everything just mixed up. Yeah, so I've got my label, and this is what I will do at the end. So let us put down this soil. I'll actually call it a compost, and normally I start mine with the compost. Others will say there is I do not fuss about the type of compost. Others will say that yeah, there's a specific compost that it should be used. I've never had any. No, I had one issue with, I had a compost with I had an issue with the compost last year, but that was a pit-free compost that I've never used before to sow the seeds, and to be honest, I decided not to use that compost again. So, but this is a compost that I normally use. I don't have the pack here with me, but it's the Grow Show Full Months Feed, the green one that I normally use. So yes, and I've had success with this, definitely. Okay, so let's start. I don't know, should I start with, let me start with the Californian Wonder. How many have I got, so that I know how to split it, because I can split even 1 in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we've got at least 12. So definitely we can split, yes, every single container here in 4. Okay, to be able to know, and believe me not, it will give me loads. I'm not even worried about how much it will give me. Is as per plants. So I'll have loads of plants, so I can then use either this to separate them like this, okay, or something, maybe a longer one. I think I've got a longer one. I think I'll get the longer one, maybe a longer one to actually separate them before I label them. Let me check. I'm sure I've got the big label one. Found it. So I've got the bigger one. I can use this small one to do this. You can see how it sits there nice and neat. Yep. You can do it this way. Okay. Do the same for the rest. Before I even put the seeds on, should I do it this, like this? No, I'll do it this way. This way. And then I'll put the small ones. You can use this, or you can just use, I don't know, whatever that you've got that you feel that it can be, because this is plastic. It can be used and the water touches it without damaging whatever that you are sowing. Okay, so that's it. I've got 4 on each container. Yes, so I'll just go ahead and then put the seed in the ground, on the soil then. I could have used the single containers, but with a single container I will not be able to cover them, so that's why I prefer to use this one. So this is the, okay, this one is the Sweet California Wonder. Oh, opening is a challenge. Yes. Okay, so what I don't just do is just to, there's no particular order, as long as I've got enough space for every single seed to, I don't put them together. It's just about sprinkling them. Usually not all the seed will germinate, but with this I think I've got more than 90% germination rate. Yeah, I did it last year. I had good germination rate, so definitely so I'll put some few. When I say few, it's more than 20 plants. Let's see how much we'll get there. Okay, so for me not to forget, because I know myself, I might as well just quickly put here California Wonder. I'm just writing. I'll put the date, 4th of the 2nd. Okay, and then that will sit here. And I've chosen the short one because this cover will actually sit there with no issue with the short one. Okay, so California Wonder done. I can put that aside. I will then do the color Sweet Spectrum. Same thing. So with this one, the color Spectrum, I'll also put this here. Let me put just few. The California Wonders, I love it. So okay, so with this one I'll put maybe 15. So let's, what happened is that when they'll be able, at the stage where I can actually transplant them, I'll transplant every single one and actually put them in every single container. So I've got the color Spectrum. So Spectrum, this is the 4th of the 2nd. Okay. Okay, so this one also done. So I'll then do the yellow sweet. I bought the this is the harvest from last year, and I remember I bought this seed from the gardens. I bought the plant of this from the garden center, and it gave me actually big yellow yellow peppers. So I was able to actually harvest some seed from that. So this will be, let's hope that I'm also lucky, just like the plant that I bought last year, and see how many I'll be having this year, and I'll update you about this one. So this is a yellow one. I think I've put more than enough. Oh gosh, oh no, oh no. Okay, the seed just went all over, so I'll put that here. And another thing is that I also when I've got enough plants, what I do, I also share that with some of my friends who are also gardeners. So those who do not like, to be honest, because I've got some friends who do not like to do this, because the stage of seedlings. So we usually share that with them. I'll usually share this one with them. So definitely, so I'll just put yellow sweet. A second. Yep. So this one is done. Now let's go for the red. Yes. Let's go for the red. So this is a red. So we'll do the red. Because they are bell peppers, so that's why I'm putting all of them in the same tray or container. But then I've got some few friends that I share this with, so I'm the one doing the seeds, and then they'll come and just get the plants. But it's all about helping each other, to be honest. Yep. Okay, so that one also is done. So let's see how these two will do, because these are the harvest from last year, and it's the first time that I've red sweet. It is the first time that I'm using the pepper. I'm hoping, I don't remember that they were F1. No, I don't think so, they were not. Because sometimes when you harvest the seed from the F1 plants, it's less likely actually it can germinate. I remember I did that with the tomato. But it can germinate, but the germination rate will be really, really, really poor. When I say poor, you can put 20 and maybe get one plant, single or two plants. Really, really rare. Yeah. So, and also, I don't know what, I cannot remember what, because I do not recall whether how the tomatoes that I harvested at that time look. So I cannot, because I did not, it was, I cannot recall. Yeah. So these one are not F1. This is the pepper cayenne from the cayenne pepper. Or should I actually use this one? Let's use this one. Only for expiring date 2028. So in 2 years. When you harvest your seed like this, it can actually last for 3 years. Put that in, that is sealed. Yeah. You put that in a plastic paper that is sealed, so that will be fine. So that is harvest 2025, and this one 24 to 28. So definitely I will use this one. And by the way, last year I had big challenges with my peppers. I do not know what happened. And as I said to you, but also it was also the compost that I was using. I had to sow them 3 times before having actually anything. 3 times, just imagine. The thing, that's the beauty with gardening. Gardening, you do not give up. I think this is what he had taught me, not to give up. Though determination is one of my strengths, but gardening taught me something else. Is that first, you don't give up. But secondly, if you really want something, you can only get it by the determination, I would say. Because sometimes you can sow and then it tells you, and sometimes you sow, you say, oh, thank you. You get a good harvest from it. But last year, I did not give up. I sowed them 3 times last year. Every single time they will germinate. But when to give me the second, was it the second flowers? The second, I cannot remember. Was it the second? I can't remember. But there was a point where actually they were dying. When I transplanted them, most of it died, so I had to resow them again. But that's gardening for you. Yeah. So hot pepper cayenne. Oh, I love it. Love putting that in the omelette, the eggs. Hot cayenne. Today is the 4th of the 2nd. Okay. The beauty with gardening. Okay, so I'll save mine, and then we'll put this one. This is 2000. Yeah. Always also check the expiry date, guys. Yeah. This is. Pardon me. Okay, so this is the sweet dorsal. Put the rest there. Okay. I tend to give some space so that at least when they are coming out. Okay. So this is for this. Okay. Oh, sorry. And this is here. Now, oh, I remember I had a paprika. I don't know where the paprika. Oh yes. Sorry, bear with me 1 minute, because 1 second actually, because I've got the paprika seeds that I also harvested. It is the paprika seed, and this paprika seed, you bear with me because I bought this paprika at Lidl a few days ago, so I was actually trying to dry them. As I said to you, you can also buy you can also buy your vegetable if you can harvest the seed from it, and then resow the seeds. There's nothing wrong with it, because I did that last year and I managed to harvest some few good peppers. So the paprika, this is the first time that I'm actually sowing this one, and I'm hoping I put that out to dry in the, actually it was just in my kitchen, just exposed like that. You can do it whether it's fresh or maybe dry like this. So I'll just put that in and see what it gives me. I'm trying my luck. I am trying my luck. You've got the downside also with the thing is, germination rate, if that germinates, fine. If it doesn't, you know, I would say I've had the fruits, the vegetable, and now I'm just, this is a plus. So this is what paprika. Thing, guys, every single year I lose my labels. Every single year. I do not know where I place them, or maybe it's my family. I don't know where I normally place them, because I'll collect all of them, but later I'll put them somewhere, but when I'm actually about to use it, I will not find them. So I don't know. I always have to buy them every single time. Okay, so next we are then moving to, I did not want to put this one, but I might have to. I did not want to put this one with, but I'll have to because of the space. Okay. And pepper like the heat, to be honest. When I will do this, I will not, usually I tend not to open it until it germinates. And when it then starts to germinate, as long as it can show me the first 2 leaves. When it shows me the first 2 leaves, then I can then just open the top. Yeah. And allow it to breathe. But this hot pepper is, I did not want to put that. Do you know what I will do? I'll actually squeeze that here. The Scott bonnet takes longer. That's why I was, oh gosh, hesitant. It takes longer than the normal pepper to actually germinate. But let's hope that they all germinate at the same time. If they don't, I'll just open it if you have to. Yep. So this one is the yellow one. I bought this one from Cameroon last year. The yellow one. They are really, if you really want something hot, go for this. Go for the yellow one. Really, really spicy. Okay. At least with this one, I know which one is which. So this is fine. Oh, my small label is finished. Oh, I need to buy new ones. Oh, I've got spare ones. So okay, and I normally grow them. I've grew the pepper outside. It did not get, no, actually it did. The first year, I think 2 years ago, I had big and a lot of peppers. 2 years ago, when I grew them outside. Was it 2? Yeah, 2 years ago. But last year I grew them in the greenhouse. Again, the production was good. I had a good, I would say good harvest. So you can do it outside or you can do it inside. But if you do it outside, just be ready to fight with the birds. Definitely. Be ready to fight with the birds because they love peppers. I do not know what is in the pepper that the birds love. Birds will not leave your pepper alone. No, 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 no. They will not leave your pepper alone. So definitely watch out for the birds. Okay, so you'll be sharing it with the birds. Okay, so now I will just put some few aubergines. Usually for the family, it's 5 of us. Usually what I do, I count even if I can put 10, but whatever germinates will germinate, and then again, as I said, I'll share the rest with friends. So, but for my own house, I don't need 10 plants, definitely not. Because it gives me big, they'll give me big aubergines and a lot. One plant actually gave me, one plant gave, was it 10, I think? Yeah, 10 last year. So, growing condition again, similar to the pepper. Love the heat, definitely. Okay, so I'll put here aubergine. I've decided not to start my seed as early as possible, because I used to start them in January, but what I've noticed, because I don't have a heat, I don't have the heater that I can put under the thing, sorry. So the heating mat, I'll call it. So I've just decided that, okay, I'll do them in February, knowing that at least in February it's not as cold as January. Though this year actually the weather was nice. The weather was nice. Okay, so this is me. I've still got 2 space here, but I'll be thinking about what I'll put in there that also needs the same, or maybe takes a while to germinate, just like the pepper does. Oh, it was, yeah, like the pepper does. Yeah, let me maybe check in my February seeds that I need to put and see if I can have anything in there. No, not the basil. Oh gosh, I've got also parsley. Okay, I've got some herbs, and I think I'll be putting the herbs in the ground as well. No, I don't need to put any of this. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Even if I've still got the 2 spaces, it's fine. Okay, it will not go to waste, I'll say. Something will come up, definitely. Okay, so what I do is to close this. Close this. Close this. Can you see that the stick are still up? Yeah, and the vent here, close, close, close. All now what I need to do is actually to put a little bit. I usually put a little. What? No, sorry. Goodness me. I forgot to cover the seeds. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Okay. What I can do is just to sprinkle a little bit of compost on top. Sprinkle. I don't like to make it to do it deep. Sprinkle. And seed. Yes, I know. And I trust that you will germinate. Okay. Okay, sprinkle. If you ask me with gardening, what do I love the most? I will tell you it's actually putting this, doing the seedlings. Sowing. Sowing is the best part. Harvesting is the part that I do not like. Yeah, harvesting is the part I do not like. Sowing, transplanting, planting, whoa, I love it. Harvesting, because after harvesting, then you need to prepare everything, get them ready for the freezer or whatever that needs to be transformed. Like, yeah, harvesting is a part I do not like when it comes to gardening. But sowing, give me every day, I can do it. Okay, so now I can cover the plants, I can cover my seeds, I can cover them, and then pour some water. What I'll do, I'll put some warm water, not cold, but warm water under here. And usually with the peppers, that's what I do. I put I'll say lukewarm water under here, and put that by the windowsill, and that's it, done. It can take 15 days to 21 days to germinate, but as soon as normally what I do is that when because the first two leaves, when they come out, usually I'll just wait for the true leaves to come out before I start transplanting them. Last year I made a mistake to transplant it just with the first two leaves, which are not actually the true leaves, and maybe that's what actually contributed to the seed not actually doing well. But this year I'll leave it. I'll be patient. I will be patient. I will be patient. Yes. So I'll put that at the windowsill. Just get lukewarm water, put that there. I don't need to fill it up. I can just put maybe, because actually the soil was also, the compost was still moist. So I can just put, I'll say one third. No, 1/3, it won't be too much. I'll say a little bit of water. Okay? Bear with me, and I'll get the waters that I can put there. I can put in there. Yeah, I think this one will be enough. Okay, so do not spill it on the. Okay. Yeah, I think it's at a good level. You can see, let me just put that here, and then I will show you. Can you see? Just enough, just to keep, because I don't want to soak, because with the seed, you don't have to put a lot of water. The seed does not need a lot of water. So this is, yeah, this is it for the pepper. So at least I know I've put my pepper in the ground. Yes, next I'll be doing the onions. So look out for the video for the onions. Okay? Okay. Hope you've enjoyed just like I did. And see you next time. Bye.